Yo, what is up everybody? Today we have some more draft champions. This is actually going to be a full draft. I know I've been showing you guys partial drafts so far, and I know you guys have been dying to see a full draft, so let's bring one right now. Starting off with an elite round that features Michael Bennett, Dante Hightower, and Patrick Peterson, and we gotta go with Pat Pete. He's got great speed, he's got great height, one of the best cornerbacks in the game, an important position. So we definitely got to go with Patrick Peterson in that first thing. Now here, it's kind of confused on who I really wanted. I mean, I guess we'll narrow it down to Ratliff or Dewan Landry, and I ended up taking Ratliff. Might as well just get someone for the defensive line early on, and we might have to get someone else for the defensive line. That's an elite right there, Star Lotta Louie. However you say that name. But we're actually going to pass on Star, and we're going to take Kiko Alonso. I felt like I'd rather have Kiko, a nice coverage linebacker, middle linebacker to control the field, over Star. I feel like, I don't really need too many defensive linemen, so we actually pass on Star. We'll see if we end up paying for that later on. There might not be much defensive lineman afterwards. You see, we had a chance at getting Stafford. I think Jason McCourty showed up, but I wanted to get a good running back. And Justin Forsett's a nice dual threat out the backfield, so I decided to take Forsett. Here, we could take Mike Evans, our first receiving threat, but we decided to pass on that and take Levante David, get our second coverage linebacker, trying to make a beast little defense over there with the linebacking core. And now it's time to get Antonio Gates, our first receiving threat, and Antonio Gates is a big one and a bad one right there. 85 overall, round 7. Another chance of getting a quarterback, Eli Manning. Or we could just go back with the linebackers and just following the theme what we're doing so far. We're just stocking up on linebackers, and round 8 gives us a chance to get one of the best, Luke Kuechly. But there's Rob Gronkowski and Megatron. Now we're going to eliminate Gronk since we got Antonio Gates, and narrow down to Kuechly or Megatron in the end. Gotta go with Calvin here, especially since we already passed on Mike Evans. I love Luke Kuechly, man. I absolutely love Luke Kuechly. But Calvin Johnson? I'll take that, please. Now we need a quarterback. We need someone to throw it to Megatron. So next quarterback I am definitely taking. Fortunately, we don't get one here. As you guys see, I have not drafted a single offensive lineman, so I'm like, you know what? Why start now? Let's just get a second tight end in Kobe Fleener. More targets for whoever our quarterback's going to be to throw it to. Hopefully, it's not Matt Schaub. Here in round 10, we already have enough linebackers, so we might as well get someone to play safety. Get Calvin Pryor back there, so we have to put Conte back there. I'm okay with that pick. Then round 11 pops up. We have a chance to get JPP or Haloti Ngata. And again, I'm going to pass up on a defensive tackle and get Jason Pierre-Paul. I had to go with my Giant here, but I might be paying here by not getting someone to stuff the run because Ngata is definitely one of the best. But once we get to round 12, Vince Wilfork comes on the board. Now Wilfork is easily the best on the board besides the fact that we absolutely need him. Now we need Wilfork. It looks like a really solid draft so far, and we get into round 13, and it's a little bit iffy. I mean, we don't need a defensive tackle. We have enough guys on the defensive line, and I haven't drafted a single offensive lineman yet. I don't really want to get Wes Welker, but I mean, we need a second receiver, I guess. We have 4 receiving threats, but no quarterback. That's what I really want right now. Probably won't be running the ball too much, but you see, I'm like, I don't want to take Wes Welker, but I don't really have much of a choice but to take him. There's no point in drafting a right tackle. You haven't drafted any offensive lineman. You might as well not start in round 13, you know what I'm saying? So we just take Welker, and we're just going to pray that we get John Elway in the legend round, or we can get hooked up with Phillip Rivers. Once again, haven't drafted an offensive lineman yet. Why not? Why start now? But I mean, Phillip Rivers, that was a godsend. And then we get to the legend round, and these are 3 absolute monsters: Rod Woodson, Ty Law, Herman Moore. Now we already have Calvin Johnson on one side. So do we take Herman? We already have Patrick Peterson on one side. Do we take Ty Law? Does that leave us with Rod Woodson? Because we do not have a strong safety. We can move what's his face? I think Pryor is the strong safety, and then have Rod Woodson play up there. But I'm not really thinking about using Rod Woodson. I'm thinking either Ty Law or Herman Moore. Do we build a team with 2 elite cornerbacks, or do we take the Giant and form the Lion Twin Towers at wide receiver? Our offense is already stacked. We already have 4 receiving targets. Do we really need a 5th one? I'm just looking at it. I'm like, Ty Law's got some really nice stats, great speed, great play rec, everything you want from a cornerback besides, you know, maybe an inch or two. You know, Herman Moore's got that extra inch or two on him. So we go with Herman Moore, and we actually build the Lion Twin Towers at wide receiver. This team is going to be almost impossible to stop on offense. The debut with this team coming up tonight, so you guys will see a first game with them tonight. So leave a like on this video if you enjoyed this full draft, because we got, man, so many elites for Phillip Rivers to throw the ball to. We got a nice little defense with Wilford, JPP, and Pat P, even Levante Davis. Yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more, and I'll catch you guys with that game tonight.